Me, I was a great president. I, me. It's the subtext of everything the former president says, and he's not as popular as he used to be despite all of that. While his wife runs for his old job, it turns out the more voters see of former President Bill Clinton, the less they like him. Mr. Clinton's negative ratings are now higher than his positives, and one of the reasons the man considered by many to be the first black president has lost the support of many black voters. As Bill Clinton himself said to the friend of someone who I know, in New Hampshire, he said, "A vote for Hillary is a vote for me." And the subtext there has been obvious from day one. He sees this as his third term.
Well, let's look at the difference between this decade and the 1990s when I had the honor of serving. Then, what'd you say? And you'll go what? Yeah, what about it? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Look. This is the deal, folks. All these people that are paranoid about the world come and scream at me everywhere. America did a lot better when I was president than they have in this decade, and that's the truth. Now, goodbye. Thank you.
Hillary Clinton touted her experience with this line on Thursday.
I want you to think who you want to have in the White House answering the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning when some crisis breaks out somewhere around the world.
Where could she have gotten that idea from? Well, there is this bit from Saturday Night Live back in 1992 when Dana Carvey played the senior George Bush in a debate.
Because you see, this election's about who can take the heat. It's hot in there, very hot. Who do you want in there when that phone in the White House rings at 3 a.m.? Do you want someone who will answer the phone politely? Hello? This is the president. Speak slowly and clearly and tell me what the problem is. Or do you want someone who's cranky, who says, this better be important, or do you realize what time it is, or simply says, shut up, hangs up the phone, and sleeps like a baby while the world burns?
3 o'clock in the morning, what a synchronized line that is.
نقتل الأمريكان حيثما كانوا وفي أي وقت أتيح لهم هذا. هل هذه الفتوى موجهة للأمريكان أم لجنود الأمريكان في السعودية أو في أي مكان سواء كانوا عسكريين؟ هل عسكريين فقط أم مدنيين؟
الحمد لله. كما ذكرنا من قبل أن الله سبحانه وتعالى أمرنا بإعزاز الحق وأمرنا في هذا الدين بتطهير أرض الإسلام من الكافرين وبخاصة جزيرة العرب حيث البيت العتيق الكعبة المشرفة. والأمريكان بعد الحرب العالمية الثانية ازداد بغيهم وكثر تعسفهم وظلمهم للناس وبخاصة على العالم الإسلامي. فنحن نستغرب من هذا السؤال أن يأتي من طرف الأمريكان، لأن لكل فعل رد فعل، والمعاقبة بالمثل مطلوبة إذا تعذر أن يدفع شركم عن المسلمين وعن أطفال المسلمين ونساء المسلمين. فتاريخ أمريكا لا يميز لا بين مدني ولا بين عسكري، فضلا أن يميز بين النساء والأطفال. فالذين ضربوا القنابل وأسلحة الدمار الشامل على ناجازاكي وعلى هيروشيما هم الأمريكان. وهل تستطيع تلك القنابل أن تميز بين عسكري وأطفال ورضع ونساء؟ فأمريكا ليس لها دين يردعها عن إبادة الناس جميعا. وأوضاعكم مع المسلمين في فلسطين مخزية ومنذية للجبين إن كان هناك بقية حياة تحافظ عليه أمريكا.
The job which we should have done, which should have been our primary focus to find, bin Laden.
Mr. bin Laden used to live in Sudan. He was expelled from Saudi Arabia in 91 and he went to Sudan and we visited. They released him. At the time, 96, he had committed no crime against America, so I did not bring him here because we had no basis on which to hold him. Though we knew he wanted to commit crimes against America.
Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, said, well, if we bomb Afghanistan now, it's not a good time to bomb Muslims. It'll essentially blow up the Middle East peace process and doom any chances President Clinton has of winning the Nobel Prize for Peace.
I was delighted when Jimmy Carter won the Nobel Peace Prize because I thought he earned it, and I thought it was great because he got it as much for what he did after office as when he was in office.
Bill Clinton is still campaigning for the Nobel Peace Prize.
I remember exactly what happened. Bruce Lindsay said to me on the phone, "We'll guide a second plane is at the tower." And I said, "Bin Laden did this." That's the first thing I said. He said, "How can you be sure?" I said, "Because only Bin Laden and the Iranians could set up a network to do this. And they wouldn't do it because they have a country and targets." Bin Laden did.
Did you also think at the same time we came pretty close to getting them?
Yeah, I thought that when I eventual recession was well placed, and I was full of regret that I never did. I mean, I immediately thought that he had done it.
I always ask the same question for 8 years. Can we kill him tomorrow?
Bin Laden is alive today because Mr. Clinton, Mr. Sandy Berger, and Mr. Richard Clark refused to kill him. That's the bottom line.
Hillary's commander-in-chief problem. It isn't that they can't see the solution. It is that they can't see the problem.